Hello everyone, I am Foluke Omotayo Areola, a postgraduate research student at the Department of Fisheries, Lagos State University, Nigeria. I am currently carrying out field studies on a research work that is focused on the assessment of governance framework and structure of small-scale fisheries within the Gulf of Guinea region in Africa and develop governance models taking into cognizance multidisciplinary and multi-related issues. The research is intended to contribute an overview of the vulnerability, coping mechanism, adaptation of the fisher folks to major issues, and challenges of governance in the region, and propose interventions appropriate to help small-scale fishing communities become less vulnerable and more viable. The study intends to employ a suite of theoretical frameworks, including the institutional analysis and development framework, to describe the principal features, key variables, and relations in each small-scale fisheries system. The I-ADAPT framework is to address the main issues affecting small-scale fishing communities, their impact on fishing communities, and the broader socio-ecological and governance system in the area. The interactive fisheries governance approach is to identify how a system works and what might possibly explain why it does not. And finally, the value chain analysis is to conduct mapping of selected value chains of the participating economic agents with the objective to identify the distribution of benefits of economic agents, examine roles of upgrading within the chain, and highlighting the role of governance. I thank you all for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Zulfikar Al-Hafiz. I am from Indonesia. I am one of the students doing research on V2V. I have a master's degree in economics from Diponegoro University at the moment. In support of V2V research, I conducted research in Karimun Jawa National Park. Karimun Jawa National Park is one of 7 Indonesian marine national parks. Although Karimun Jawa has fairly large special catch fishing area, fishing activities in this area have not been fully implemented. My research seeks to determine the impact of the management of conservation area on the livelihood of fishers. The final result of my research is expected to be able to find the proper management under the social, nature, and governance of Karimun Jawa condition to improve the welfare of fishers. That is my own research. Thank you everyone.
Hello, hi. My name is Mohammed Tahir bin Youssef. I'm a second year Masters in Sustainability Management student working under the supervision of Dr. Pradeep Naik on small scale fisheries. My research focuses around capacity building units using information technology systems. I'm currently exploring how information technology systems can be introduced to vulnerable populations and how it can be helped or how it can help moving vulnerable populations such as small scale fisheries out of vulnerability to viability. My focus, or I'm relying on Marteson's capabilities theory to look at individualistic capacity building instead of an outsider approach, and diffusion of technology theory to see how technology can first be introduced and effectively diffused in the community. My research will inform the V2V working group of information technology systems, how information technology system needs to be designed, and what effect it will have both economically and socially on small scale fisheries. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Madhuvarna and I'm delighted to be part of the V2V Meet and Greet event. I am a PhD candidate at the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences in Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. I come from a background of sociology and I'm currently in my second year of PhD. So my research primarily focuses on the everyday struggles of street vendors who are more popularly known as hawkers in South Asian cities. You will most often find hawkers settling down on city streets, sidewalks, overpasses for selling goods like vegetables, fruits, or fish. But a lot of people don't like this because they look at it as a form of encroachment of public space, especially the urban elite who wish to live in a city which is free from these quote unquote visual embarrassments. So, my field being located in Calcutta, I find that there is a constant desire to repackage the city into a world class city to attract foreign investment. People want big business firms, they want MNCs, shopping malls, but they do not want shabby stalls of vendors, especially as they do not exhibit modernity. So, what happens as a result? There are cleanup missions which threaten both the lives and the livelihoods of these vendors. And interestingly enough, from what I've read, they are done by using environmental discourses, as if vendors pollute, but the cars in the city do not. So micro level actors like municipalities, urban elite, the police, the local goons of political parties try to control and regulate them. So this shows how dispersed power is in our society. Thus starts a series of negotiations, resistance, and strategies which comprise the survival politics of the poor. In a nutshell, my work focuses on how environmental agendas and city beautification projects animate these spaces of informality. Now, although not directly connected to small scale fisheries, I do intend to talk to fish vendors in the fish markets of Kolkata. Because you see, this kind of aestheticization and vision of the city is likely to impact the fish market on the roadside, which are often described through sensory vocabulary as being smelly, unsightly, and unhygienic, clearly making them an obstacle to the making of the world class city. So, one of the ways I see them escaping vulnerability is through effective mobilization. So, from my interviews with the Hawker Shangram Committee, a very powerful union in Kolkata, one of the leaders there said that the officials will not dare evict even 10 vendors in my area. And you know why? Because they know that if they agitate us, we can put 50 of our men there tomorrow. And that would make matters worse for them. So, finally, I want to end by sharing with you a rational and a beautiful statement from one of my interviews. So, the respondent told me that if you evict thousands of people, then who do you think will be left here to see your beautiful city? So, keep everyone and make the city beautiful. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sabiha Ahmed from Center for Sustainable Development CSD, University of Liberal Arts, Bangladesh. I'm also an early career researcher of V2V Global Partnership. So our research is about climate change, adaptation of small-scale fisheries in Bangladesh. This is basically a consolidated study and also aligned with V2V iAdapt template. So we are generally gathering the past studies data and the best adaptation practices that is adopted by small scale fisheries of Bangladesh. And to validate that data, we have also decided to go for the ground level study, and for that we have selected Moeshkali Huzela Kogbaza district in Bangladesh. We are already done with the field visit, and as per IADAPT, both long-term and short-term responses as well as adaptation practices and their origins, whether they are external or internal, and the efficiency of such practices, that how they are based adaptation, will be highlighted throughout this study.
Hi everyone, my name is Salom Chanto, a research assistant at the African Center of Excellence in Coastal Resilience at the Center for Coastal Management, University of Cape Coast. I'm a research assistant at the center, and my research focus mainly at the center is on vulnerability studies and livelihood options of people that live along coastal communities. I'm currently a PhD student at the Geography and Regional Planning in the University of Cape Coast, studying PhD Geography, and I'm involved in a number of research projects at the center, Among them are marine protected areas, how to conserve marine protected areas, and also a network on marine litter. Well, with my research topic, I'm looking at focusing on coastal communities' vulnerability to coastal hazards in some selected fishing communities in Ghana. And we all know that there are several factors or several morphological factors that combined to change the environment, that is the coastal environment that we find ourselves in. But mostly how to rank these morphological changes or morphological factors is always an issue. And so there's a need to have a past and present studies to know which morphological factor is actually contributing to these changes along our coast. In doing this, the West African coast area or coastal area is prone to both climatic and non-climatic factors, some ranging from sea level rise, flooding, storm surges, wave actions, shoreline erosion, and other factors that affect it. And lately, we've had issues of marine litter polluting most of our coastal communities. So my research is looking at the hazards that exist in these coastal communities and looking at how these communities will move away from these hazards that they find themselves in. So my research aim is to analyze all the coastal communities' vulnerability to coastal hazards in some selected fishing communities. Now, the study will look at the mitigating factors, the adaptation that these communities are doing to move away from these hazards that they find themselves in. So basically, that is what my research is about. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Aini Nurfuraida, PhD student from Indonesia, V2V team Indonesia. So glad to join with V2V and congratulations for V2V 3 years going on. Joining V2V give me a lot of new knowledge, idea, and concept in the field research, especially social ecological system and vulnerability to viability. It has become basis idea for my research. The goals of my research to formulate enforcement marine protected area Karimun Java in balancing economic and ecological functions. So thanks for V2V organizer share the all of knowledge. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Babishya Kania and I am a graduate student at the University of Waterloo doing master's degree in sustainability management. The title of my research is Understanding the Impact of Global Changes in Marine Systems, Key Lessons to Progress from Vulnerability to Viability. My research is focused on the development of typologies using case studies to learn about the experiences of marine communities on how they respond to global changes while using iAdapt framework. While comparing and synthesizing between the case studies, my research will focus on to integrate the knowledge from past experiences, which provides ample of opportunities for the marine communities to respond to the global changes following other successful case stories. My research is motivated from the literature gaps that there is the absence of opportunity for the marine communities to learn by looking at other successful case studies around the world. My research is supported by V2V Global Partnership and is closely related to the knowledge co-production theme of V2V Global Partnership. I am very happy and fortunate to be the part of such diverse and active group, the V2V Global Partnership. As a student, I have got ample of opportunities to learn and grow by participating in the peer review discussions and webinars and working group regular meetings which are organized by V2V timely basis. In this occasion, I would like to thank all of the V2V members for being so interactive and educating us about the transdisciplinary research in small scale fisheries. I look forward to engage with all of you to conduct more collaborative research work promoting the viability of small scale fisheries. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Hapsari Ayub Sumawardani. I am a PhD student from Diponegoro University. So my research focuses on the externalities on tourism, the science alternative tourism, and will go with sustainable governance. My research place is in Karimun Java and Panjang Island, Central Java Province. The contribution to V2V to understanding the vulnerability caused by tourism and give recommendation what needs to be done to make a transition from vulnerability to viability for coastal communities. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Mohammed and I'm doing PhD in Sustainability Management at the University of Waterloo under the School of Environment, Enterprise and Development. I'm working with Professor Dr. Pradeep Nayak. Now I'm going to talk shortly about my research idea. Drawing from the interactive governance theory, the aim of my research is to examine the interaction between governability and small-scale fisheries vulnerabilities and their role in facilitating the transition to viability. In doing so, the focus of my research will encompass three objectives. First, a critical analysis of the notion of governability within the context of small-scale fisheries and characterize its connection with vulnerabilities. Secondly, my analysis will find out the key attributes necessary for small-scale fisheries response to vulnerabilities, with particular attention to the elements, modes, and orders of governance. And finally, my analysis will propose an initial governability model on how small-scale fisheries transition from vulnerability to viability can be achieved. So this is the initial idea of my research. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Cici Musliha. I am a Master of Economics student from Diponegoro University, Indonesia. Here, I would like to present my research which focuses on the model of a socio-ecological resilient system in the coastal area around the Batang Regency steam power plant. The presence of a steam power plant in Batang Regency as a national strategic project for the procurement of electrical energy makes MPA more assertive than the presence of the previous MPA. This raises pro and contra in the community, especially for some small-scale fisheries community. So, resiliency efforts are needed to restore the positive stigma of the community from the construction of steam power plant, which is hope that in the future the socio-ecological condition of the community and the aquatic ecosystem around the steam power plant area can bring blessing to the community and its marine resources. So, my research aims to build a model of a socio-ecological resiliency system to overcome the vulnerability of the community and the environment due to the construction of a steam power plant project in Batang Regency, so that later it can restore the welfare of fishermen in meeting their daily needs. This research will be analyzed using mixed method with primary data and secondary data. Thank you very much for opportunity. I am very happy to be able to share my research and I am very happy to be part of the V2V Indonesia team.
Good morning, everyone. I'm greeting you from Cape Coast in Ghana. My name is Rodri Pelebe. I hold a dual degree PhD in Fisheries Science and Aquaculture from the University of Parakou in Benin, and PhD in Hydrobiology from Félix Houphouët-Boigny University in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. I'm working with the World Bank Africa Center of Excellence in Coastal Resilience at the Center for Coastal Management of the University of Cape Coast in Ghana as postdoctoral fellow in fishery science. Currently, at this center, I'm involved in several research projects related to aquatic ecotoxicology, risk assessments, and biodiversity management. I would like here to mention the one on the assessment of phytosanitary practices, the ecological and health risk related to agricultural pesticide use in the vicinity of the Benin Coastal Lagoon. The objective of these projects were to determine the concentration of pesticide residue in the water, sediment, oyster, and 2 fish species with different feeding modes. I want to talk about Sauterodon melanoteron and Chrysitis nigrodigitatus. The second objective was to analyze the biomagnification profile of pesticide residue in the trophic compartment of this ecosystem, and the last objective is to estimate the ecological and human health risk associated with the pesticide residue in this ecosystem. We have already carried out fieldwork, and we have generated data for the first time on pesticides in this lagoon in Benin, and this data will be used to raise awareness among vegetable producers, fish and shellfish consumers in southern Benin, and ultimately to design management plan for the sustainable use of this lagoon under anthropogenic pressures in Benin. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Sorao, and I am finishing up my second year of my PhD at the University of Waterloo in the Department of Social and Ecological Sustainability. My research will be based in Chillico Lagoon, and here I will focus on this concept of keystone species. And so a keystone species is a species that is present in low amounts, and it has a high impact on a human and an animal community. And so I would like to take a new approach to looking at keystone species and identify species that are important to both humans as well as fish communities together. And in the past, this has been done separately. And identifying keystone species in the first place is important because when we can do this, we can focus our conservation efforts on these particular species. And this research will be placed within the V2V context in that identifying fish that are important to both humans and fish, or other fish species, will promote viability. And more generally, I've really enjoyed being a part of the V2V network. For me, it's been really enriching to attend these monthly seminars that we've had and be a part of a network that focuses on such wide-ranging topics. And that has really helped me in my own research to broaden my own knowledge base. And so my next steps will be getting out into the field, and I'm really excited for this. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this.
Hello everyone, my name is Ika Suciati. I am a master's student of economic study at Diponegoro University, Indonesia. My research focus is on the use of ICT in small-scale fisheries, and my research aims to increase adaptation capacity in the life of the small-scale fisheries in the dealing with vulnerability to ICT utilization. Thank you for your attention. It is an honored part of the V2V Global Partnership. Thank you. See you.
Hi everyone, my name is Arisanti Aywadani and I'm a student of economy in Diponegoro University, Indonesia. My research focus how women can become an agent of change in the mind of turmoil in society to the government projects. The construction of power plant in Batang Regency has an impact on the livelihood for the surrounding community, especially fishermen who have experienced a decline in the catch due to the construction of the projects. The existing of this problem causes turmoil in society, and women have a strategic role in resolving conflict in society. This is because women can adapt and mitigate change more flexibly, They have become a new forum for outsiders and their community in dealing with the social and economic problem through the construction of power plants. Women participation can change vulnerability to more stable life, both economically and socially. So, my research aimed to increase the capacity of women in adapting and mitigating vulnerability to the development of power plants through the empowerment. I'm very happy to be able to share my research with you guys. Thank you very much. Happy to be part of the Indonesia V2V team. Bye!